Hi everyone, today we are going to be doing some parts of this picture here. I haven't got time to do more than one video on this particular page, even though there's a lot going on, because I've got a lot of Halloween videos to show you over the next few weeks. So, and other bits and bobs as well. So it's going to be the one video, and then what I'll do is I'll complete the page and pop it on Instagram so that you can have a look and see how I have finished it. So I'm going to start by just moving in a bit. I've got a piece of paper behind the page. I always do that just to make it a little easier. We'll zoom in and then the picture comes into focus better, and it's a bit darker so you can see what's going on. I'm going to do some fish, I think. I haven't really thought about what I'm doing with this page. I'm just going to have a go and see what happens. I've grabbed my Ergosoft pencils today. I haven't used them for ages, and I just thought it'd be fun to have a go with those. I'm just going to flip the book over. I find that it's easier that way somehow. I'm going to start with the number 61, which is this sort of magenta-y pink colour. I'm going to start with this fish, and we're just going to start with his scales. Now, how I colour fish scales, I've probably done this before for you, is I make it darker on the flatter side and then lighter towards the edge, and I do that on all of the scales, and that will then give more of a three-dimensional look to the scales, as if they're sitting one on top of the other rather than just flat. If you want to have a bigger contrast between the colour, you can use several shades. You can use the darker magenta colour at this end, as I am here, and then maybe lighten a lighter pinky colour. There's a lighter pink in the set, or several actually, for the other end. I just want this one to be quite dark. Now with the Ergosoft, sometimes it's tricky to get them this bold in colour. I find that the best way is to have them very sharp. You can see how really sharp mine is. These have been sharpened with a Derwent pencil sharpener. Unfortunately, it's the rotary one. I'll just show you. So it looks like this. Hang on, let me zoom out a bit. So it looks like this. It's got a handle, so pop the pencil in, turn the handle. I've got a lead stuck in mine at the moment, so I can't use it. So if I need to sharpen my pencil, I won't be able to use that in this video. But the leads are fine, you can remove them, but you have to twist something on the back, and I just can't do it. I had to ask my husband to do it, and he hasn't had time to do it for me yet. I don't know why I think I'm scared of breaking it by twisting it too hard. Also, I never know, I don't know, I feel a bit of a girly when I say this. I never know which way to twist things, whether it's tighten or... I know it's lefty, loosey, righty, tighty or something, but I still just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know my left and right very well. So I'm always worried that I'm just tightening up more and more and I'm going to break it. So I'm get him to do it for me. So anyway, that's a little side story. But it is a good sharpener, but it does leave little dents in the pencils, which some people don't like. You can't, once the pencils get beyond a certain length, you can't use it for them. It has to have a certain length of pencil, and you know me, I like my mini pencils, so I have to find an alternative way to sharpen them when they get small. And it's a very long point. I find I can get a longer point on my pencils with a handheld sharpener like this. I'm just going to show you one. This is actually one for a big thick pencil, but that sort of sharpener. This is a Bambino sharpener for their jumbo crayons, but it wouldn't fit this. But that's sort of, rather than one that's got a tub or a barrel to collect the bits, those don't seem to do such a long point. It doesn't really, you know, it's up to you how you do it. I have found in my experience of using Derwent pencils that they do break quite a lot. And so when I wrote to them, they told me to use that sharpener. In fact, they sent me that sharpener to use because it was my light fast that kept, one of my light fasts kept breaking, and I found my chroma flow can be a little bit temperamental break wise as well. I think it's just a Derwent thing. I don't know whether others might agree or not, but obviously if I use their sharpener it works really well, so that's what I do. So, but obviously those Derwent sharpeners are expensive. I can't remember how much that one is, about 20 quid maybe, which seems an awful lot to pay for a sharpener, but then if your expensive pencils keep breaking, it could well be worth it. Now I'm just colouring away here, doing the same technique for each of these little scales while I'm blurring on. Now for the rest of the fish, now for fish I haven't really done a lot of research. I really should. I haven't looked at what they really look like, so I just guess and do something made up. But sometimes with certain things, I'm just trying to find another colour. I'm going to use the number 20, this lighter pink. Sorry, my hand's over the number, that's really useful. Sometimes with different things, I look up a picture and copy a realistic photo, and I have done that for fish. In, I think there's a picture in Flourish of an underwater castle. It's actually also in Worlds of Wonder, both by Johanna Basford. And for one of those, I don't know if it was the Flourish version or the other one, because I did it twice, I looked up pictures of fish and took my colouring from the pictures. So I wanted something a bit more realistic, but so that was quite fun. I'm trying to think about what, I think I'm going to do all these plain bits in this pink, a little bit darker at the bottom. I think I'm going to do, where there would be more shadow and shade down at the bottom, but also there'd be shadow under the fish, wouldn't there? And this one a bit lighter, a bit darker here, a bit lighter up there. There we go. And for the other bits, I'm going to use a purple. And this is the 36 set of Ergosoft, so I have a nice range of colour. I think all of the ones I've used so far, this is number 6, the dark purple, are in the 24 set anyway. The 36 set does have a few, it has extra greens, blues, a couple of oranges, I think, browns and things. So it has a nice extra selection. But it's the other one is still quite adequate, I think. I know a lot of people like it. The thing with the Ergosoft is they used to be quite a nice budget pencil. It used to be quite cheap. Unfortunately in the UK they have gone up in price lately. I'm not sure whether that's due to the import duty. I don't like to talk about the B word, but Brexit has affected prices of certain items, and obviously Staedtler are German, so we wouldn't have paid import duty on them before, and now we do. So that has impacted the prices of things. I haven't noticed things really changing in price hugely, but you know, I think it's quite subtle. This fish, now I'm thinking I'd like to do all the fish in the same colour palette, just because it will bring some coherence in the page. I think it'll be fun. You might not want to do that, but I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do this fish with the same 3 colours. I think they work well together as a colour scheme as well. Oh, I've suddenly had a cold shiver. Sorry, I've gone really cold. Right, I'm going to try and do something a little bit different. So I'm going to start with my light pink, which is the number 20, and I'm going to do these bits with it, because those bits were with the darkest one with this fish, so I want to make it look different. And I think for this one I'm going to make a darker bit there and then try and reduce my colour towards the bottom. There's no rhyme or reason for this, I just think it will be fun and interesting. I find for me it keeps the colouring interesting if I'm doing different pressure, different amount of layers and things in different areas, rather than just doing a block of colour. I know some people just like doing a block of colour, that's absolutely fine. I don't think you can really tell that I'm doing this anyway. It's not making a huge impact. So, you know, do what makes you happy, I say. Do the same on the tail, so a bit darker here. bit lighter towards the bottom. I'm thinking, you know, if I'm keeping this sort of pink and purple for the fish, what am I going to do for the rest of the page? I think I'm going to pick 2 or 3 greens for the plants, and we have flowers as well. I'm trying to think what would work. We could do red, but we've only got the one red. That might not be the best. It might be a bit too similar. Maybe orange, yellow flowers might work. Just trying to work out which way to go for this. I think I'm going to make it dark from here and lighten it towards the end of here. And then that one start off dark and lighten. I haven't used these Staedtler pencils for such a long time. They are a joy to use. I do enjoy them. They're the first set I had of my own pencils. I did use my husband's Noris for a bit, but it is fun to go back to an old friend, as it were. Now, what am I going to do? I think I'm going to do the body of the fish in the purple, which is the number 6. I may introduce some of the lighter purple, which we have in the 36 set. I'm going to keep this light-ish. I'm quite heavy-handed, so when I say light, it actually isn't that light. And try and keep it even on this bit, just as a sort of background, really. I'm not thinking about shading, just a nice background. So, like that. I will choose my other colours while I'm on camera. I won't have time. As I say, I don't want to humongously, I can only do one video on this because, as I say, I've got so many other ones planned for you, which is great fun. As I say, Halloweeny style things and different bits and bobs. But I'll talk you through what I might do for the other colours, and that might help you. I've just noticed we've got this little piece here, which I am going to do in this 61, as we did these bits. It's looking a bit dark. I don't know if that's better. I'm going to do it darker here, and then lighter as we go down. I'm just using the same technique on each bit, and then we've got some consistency through the design. And these dots now, I'm going to go into the lighter pink. So we've got the number 20. But I'm going to do these spiny bits. I'm going to do them darker here and lighter towards the tip. The sun's shining now. It was actually rather nice. I've been out. I had to go and buy my boys some box files. They're getting all sorts of different papers and things now. They're 16 from banking papers and things like that. I've encouraged them to open some. Well, the bank accounts they had were in my name as a trustee, so they've had to change them into their name and things like that. So they need somewhere to keep all their paperwork, so I bought them a box file because getting various letters from the bank. Some of them probably don't need keeping, but others do. So, and to start teaching them about how to keep their important documents nice and safe. So I'm doing that. There we go. Oh, he doesn't look very happy, does he? Let's make this bit a little bit darker. I don't think it's going to make him look any happier though. Come on, little fish. Cheer up. Right, I'm going to do the eyes of the fishes while we're here. What I tend to do is use a grey. I've got number 80 here. And do a little bit of grey either side like that. So leaving some white and some grey. And then it looks a little bit shiny, like the sort of glassy eye that the fish has, and I think it's quite effective and very, very simple. Okay, so I'm going to zoom back out so you can see the whole picture and talk you through what I will be doing with the rest. Oh, my camera's decided to be on a bit of a go slow. There we go. So it looks a bit wonky. I've been trying to straighten my camera up, but I don't know if it worked. So for the plants, I think I want a bluey green sort of thought with those. So I'm going to use the number 38, which is the really dark green that comes in the 36 set. You may not have this one, but that's okay. I'm going to use the number 5, which is another slightly bluey green, a little bit lighter. And I will want a lighter one still, and I think I'm going to use this one, which is the number 50. It's a little bit neony, it's a bit yellowy, but the only other choice I have are the olives, and they're even, I'll show you. It doesn't want to come out though, like that, and I don't want that sort of colour. So those 3 are what I will do for my leaves, and I will mix them up like I have with the fish. So you've got different hardnesses and different mixes of colour. So that's what I'm going to do for the leaves and the grasses and whatever. I don't really leaves, are they? And the stems. And for the flowers, I think I'm going to go for oranges. So I will probably go for the darkest orange, which is 24. Although we have the orangey red. I'm not very keen on the colour, to be honest. And I might then go for the 42 and the 11. So we've got a sort of yellowy orange palette going on. I think I'll probably do that. Now all the flowers look the same. We've only got these. I don't think we've got any more. No. So I'll probably do them all the same. Okay. I might use the brown for the centre if I feel I need it once I get going. Now background. It's very tempting to do nothing, but the reason I chose the Staedtler is because they don't smudge. So what I may try and do is a little bit of a blue pastel background, because I know that if I rub, it's not going to smudge the pencil. If I wouldn't want to use something like a Prisma, Derwent Lightfast, maybe even an Arteza Expert or an Arteza Premium, because they are a bit smudgy. So, but these are quite dry, they don't really smudge, so I might have a go. As I say, I will publish a picture. I may get it done quickly enough to put it at the end of this video. I may not, I may have to put it onto Instagram later, it depends what I'm up to. But I will make sure that you can see it and get inspired, hopefully, by it. Think about whether you would do it that way or a different way. So that's me today. We've had a fair amount of time. I'm not going to chatter on for much longer. I'm going to leave you to get on with finishing the picture. So I hope you have fun with it. I did, and I'm looking forward to getting it finished. So thank you very much for watching, and happy colouring.